name's Jessica Hitt, and I chose to do my capstone presentation on reducing falls in hospitalized patients. Falls have always been a concern, and we've come up with new interventions. A long time ago, you used to use restraints and all those things, and we've gotten away from those. And recent research has showed that alarms aren't effective anymore, really, so we're trying to get away from those. So I'm going to go over some alternative interventions to reduce falls. So this is comparing fall interventions and their effectiveness in preventing falls in hospitalized patients. The annual medical cost related to falls is $31 billion, 2/3 of which is hospital costs. There's also 7.2 yearly deaths per 100,000 in 2007 from unintentional falls. Accidental falls are the most reported type of hospital incident, and 25% of hospitalized falls result in injury and 2% result in a fractured bone. I did a literature review for my research. Among those, I did one on intentional rounding. Intentional rounding was implemented as a fall intervention in a study by Brady in 2013 in a Massachusetts hospital. Within just 1 month, the hospital's fall rates decreased from 84 to 54 with the use of intentional rounding. Intentional rounding has not only been shown to decrease the number of falls, but also improve patient satisfaction and safety. The biggest hurdle Brady found in this study was the reluctance of nurses to participate. Improved education was also an intervention I found that was effective in reducing falls. In a study by Kaney, Bach, Hamilton, Kelly, Alton, and Lacey of 2015, a teaching contract on falls was initiated for patients and families on a 30-bed medical unit in a Midwest hospital. In just 2 years, the unit's fall rate decreased from 37 in 2011 to just 11 falls in 2013. Fall associated costs decreased from $719,280 to $213,840. Improved education was also utilized in a study by Williams and Hadler in 2015 on 8 general rehabilitation units in Australia. The participants within the intervention group received an individualized education program aimed at preventing falls. The fall rate decreased in this study significantly with the use of individualized education and was nearly half that of the control rate at 7.8 per 1,000 days in comparison to 14 in the control group. Safety alarms, so that would be bed alarms, chair alarms, floor mats, the ones that you drape across the door, all kinds of just different safety alarms. In a study by Sahoda, Drummond, Hendrick, Grun, Voss, Salk, and Gladman, and Avis in 2014, bed and chair alarms were linked to staff pager systems in a large UK hospital on 3 different medical elderly care units. Surprisingly, the intervention group's fall rates were only slightly lower at 8.7 in comparison to 9.84 in the control group. And then also a study performed in a Tennessee hospital included the use of safety alarms as a fall intervention. In this study, 16 units were split into 8 control and 8 intervention groups. The intervention group averaged 5.62 falls compared to the baseline fall rate of 3.9 per 1,000 days. So there was actually more falls in the alarm group than there was in the non-alarm group. My PICO question is, can individualized fall education and intentional rounding decrease fall rates in hospitalized patients better than the use of safety alarms? So, hospitalized patients are at increased risk for fall for various reasons, including weakness, medication changes, tethering equipment, and at times disorientation. Providing improved and individualized fall education in addition to intentional rounding can greatly decrease falls in hospitalized patients. Improved fall education and intentional rounding can improve patient safety and decrease the number of falls more effectively than the use of bed and chair alarms. By improving fall education for patients based on their individualized need and performing intentional rounding, there should be a dramatic drop in fall rates. Theoretical framework. So I chose the 21 nursing problems theory developed by Abdella, which focuses on individualized care and problem solving. Abdella's theory included 10 steps to identify the patient's problem and develop an individualized plan of care. Abdella's theory included 11 nursing skills that are needed to care for a patient. Abdella's theory categorized patient needs into 4 groups: basic to all patients, substantial, remedial, and restorative care needs. According to Abdella, nursing is a comprehensive service that helps patients to meet their individual goals. Preventing falls in hospitalized patients meets Abdella's basic needs to all patients by promoting safety through the prevention of accidents, injury, or trauma. Providing improved and individualized fall education follows Abdella's principle of adjusting the plan of care to meet the specific needs of the patient. Abdella's 11 nursing skills included the teaching of patients and family, which directly relates to individualized fall education. Another nursing skill outlined by Abdella is planning and organization of work. Hourly rounding is in fact the organization of one's time and planning ahead for the patient's needs. Design, setting, and sample. So if I was to recreate a research study, I would design one with the number of falls in hospitalized patients would be monitored in a quantitative study. Data would be collected retrospectively for a 6-month period followed by a 6-month implementation period. The retrospective information period would utilize only standard fall interventions along with the use of safety alarms if needed. During the implementation period, both intentional rounding and individualized fall education will be added to the standard fall interventions. Fall rates from the retrospective information period would be compared to the fall rates during the implementation period after the study is completed. The setting. The setting would take place for the trial would be a small Midwest hospital on the skilled caring unit. And this study would monitor the fall rates on the 16-bed unit over the course of 1 year. Sample characteristics. All patients admitted to the skilled unit over the course of the year would be included in the study. The expectation will be to have approximately 180 patients in the 6-month baseline period and 180 patients in the implementation period. An informed and voluntary consent would not be necessary because the patients would be protected since there's no identifiable information other than the unit that they're on. Rights and confidentiality would be maintained, assuming that there's just a number assigned to each patient rather than their account number or name. Data collection and analysis. The effectiveness of adding intentional rounding and individualized fall education would be determined by the objective measurement of the number of falls before and after implementation and intentional rounding. The Healthcare Safety Zone 2017 is a nationally used tool that is used by the Midwest Hospital. The Healthcare Safety Zone records fall incidents and other facility incidents per department and keeps records of those incidents. Because this tool is simply recording place data, that validity and reliability would not be able to be obtained. The objective measurement of falls would be obtained using a convenient sample from the Healthcare Safety Zone. These rates would then be analyzed using a t-test. The t-test would compare the rates before and after intervention implementation. The t-test would determine if there is a significant statistical significance between the number of falls before and after implementation. The objective of this study would be for the t-test to show more than 25% less falls after the including of the interventions for individualized fall education and intentional rounding. In conclusion, unnecessary harm caused by inpatient falls can and should be prevented. By performing more research on interventions to prevent falls, patients will be saved from pain and injury. Decreasing hospitalized falls will also decrease the length of stay for many patients and greatly decrease costs associated with falls. Including intentional rounding and individualized fall education in research trials will encourage hospitals to follow suit with these effective interventions. This is listed in my references.